just some general statements about where we are as a football team. We've played one game, and we're 1-0. And that's ultimately where we want to be, but we're not at all where we want to be as a football team. Some of the things that we have felt like, and we've shared that, and sort of built built some expectations on being a strong defensive football team, which surely was not in evidence when we played UT Martin. Giving UT Martin a lot of credit, because they deserve a lot of credit. And one thing you don't know this time of year is really how good the other team is. So you don't know what to necessarily take out of a game. But no matter how good they are, and I do think they are a good football team, we did things good defensive team doesn't do. And on the other thing, as much as we broadcast our attitude about being a running football team, we didn't honestly get that done either. So it didn't come out of the game with a good feeling about ourselves. I don't personally change my confidence level. The only thing that I think is we've lost Odie Rush and Marquez Ivory. They're probably the two leaders, mature, solid individuals, and we're continuing to get younger on offense. We've got to look at the future without changing our expectations, and I'm certainly not ready to do that. But we got to take what we know about ourselves, what we found out about ourselves, and we've got to improve. Now, how will we improve? The biggest part of it, in my opinion, is mentally. If I could just capsule it by saying defensively, we didn't take what we practiced to the game. And I'm talking more about little things. I don't think we handled a multiple defensive approach very well. I think we had more missed assignments than the law allows and still win. So, but we won in spite of it. I will say this, we got our act together and played better as the game went on, and that is a sign of people that know how to win and want to win. I think we were playing better and better as the game went on. The other thing impressed me about the game, other than playing better as the game went on, was that I thought one of the critical things in the game was due to the fans and the band down there in the horseshoe end of the stadium, where we held them, kept them from scoring a touchdown. Probably was the turnaround in the game, and have to give the environment credit. Not often do we actually see the crowd make a difference in the OVC. But in my opinion, that was caused. We were playing better as we were going along, but the disconcerting of the crowd and the environment right there on that end of that stadium, I think was, and I give appreciation and to our fans, and the band is our best fans. So down there now, there's nothing we can't get fixed. We can't get older on offense. We can't do anything about that. But we got a lot we need to fix, and we've got time to fix it. Normally we would take Monday off because of academics, but today is not an academic day, so we pick up an extra day of practice, and we're going to need it going to play an excellent Chattanooga football team. Chattanooga, this is the best Chattanooga team by far we've played. They're a top 20 team. I don't know about the exact number. That might not be exactly right, but they're a ranked team. The polls are not out. They conceivably could move up. To me, the game against Nebraska was not a 40-7 football game. They really held their own on the line of scrimmage. Their leading rusher averaged 5.3 yards per carry. I think Nebraska had 80% of their offense in about 8 plays. I was just extraordinarily impressed with the coaching and with the playing. their wide receiver, Joel Bradford, is as good as there is in FCS football. And it's going to take everything we can to keep him from hooking up with B.J. Coleman. B.J. Coleman is an NFL prospect, a legitimate NFL prospect. He's 6'5", he's 220 pounds. He's an Eli Manning, a Peyton Manning look-alike. You can tell, being from Tennessee, who is, and he does a lot just like him. He's extremely accurate. He's extremely tough. He carries them, and but with a fine running game, it's almost impossible to stop a great quarterback with a fine running game. So that 5.3 yards average really bothers me. You wouldn't think it when you see the score, and you wouldn't think it when you hear Nebraska. So, I mean, we've got to make sure that we know we carry our best football game with us, which we certainly hadn't used yet. And you know, we're starting last week we started two guys that have never started a game in our center, and actually right guard to center, left tackle had never started a game for us, and one of our wide receivers had never started a game for us. Now we add to that a quarterback that's never started a game for us. We're, and everybody knows the quality of Cody Blanchard. So we're going to have to. So we got quality. There's no apologizing for the talent level. And sometimes I think people get confused between talent and productivity. We produced way below our talent level last time we played. And you say, hey, that's coaching. It is coaching. It definitely is coaching. But there's a process to coaching, and the process is a timeline associated with it. And time has to do with the time people have been in places, and we've got to create some urgency to get our timeline forward. We're not using it for an excuse, I can promise you that. Not with the players, not with the coaches. So we've got to accelerate some things. I think that happens when you approach everything with a degree of urgency. We better feel every day and every way and every step we take, we better have some urgency. It's not about what we can do, and it's not about tomorrow. It's about what we're doing today. One play at a time, one game at a time. So I feel the urgency. If I'm leading this ship, they're all going to feel the urgency. So, but I'll say this: we won, and there were some things in that game that winners know how to do when it counts. Our coaches and our players know how to win. So, we got to get our act together. Any questions?